Hey everyone, this is Ross, and today I just want to talk a little bit about how less fish means you have to do less water changes. And to understand how this works, you've got to understand why we do water changes. So first of all, fish produce a chemical called ammonia that comes from the fish's gills and from the poo. And this ammonia is quite harmful to fish, and it's released into the water column. Too much of this ammonia will kill your fish very quickly. Luckily, in mature aquariums, a good type of bacteria comes along and it converts that harmful ammonia into harmful nitrates. So as I mentioned, nitrates are still harmful to the fish, and luckily we've got another type of bacteria which comes along and converts those harmful nitrates into less harmful nitrates. Now, nitrates aren't harmful in low levels, though high levels of them will kill your fish just as easy as nitrates. So it's important to keep these nitrate levels low. So what fish keepers tend to do is do a water change of 20 to 25% each week to keep those nitrate levels low, while still leaving a lot of the friendly bacteria in there. It's important not to do more than 50% water change weekly. Some people like to do 50%, that's absolutely fine, but I wouldn't go down to 75% or something crazy like that, because that's going to kill off a lot of the friendly bacteria in your water column. It's basically going to take it out of the tank, and you've got to wait a few weeks for it to grow back. So it's going to upset the balance in your tank greatly. So most of the friendly bacteria is on your plants, on your ornaments, in your filter. It's mostly on solids in your tank, but there's a good portion of that friendly bacteria that lives in your water column, and you've got to protect that. So don't do more than a 50% water change each week, because it's going to kill off that good bacteria. So yeah, each week just take out a little bit, 20-25%, something like that, and that should keep nitrate levels low and your fish healthy. Ammonia and nitrate levels should always be low, as long as you've got lots of friendly bacteria in your tank. That'll occur naturally over time, over the cycling period. And yeah, but less fish is better in an aquarium. It's better in any aquarium. If I was to only have 6 cardinal tetras in here, then they would produce very little waste, which would make very little ammonia, very little nitrate, and tiny amounts of nitrate. So if you've got small amounts of nitrate, I mentioned it wasn't harmful to fish at all. So therefore, the nitrate levels would build up very slowly, and you might only need to do a water change every 2 to 3 weeks in that case. So if you stock less fish in your tanks, then it's better for the tank altogether, and you won't have to do water changes as regularly. But do not overstock your tanks. If you overstock your tanks, then ammonia levels are going to shoot up high, and you're going to have to do lots of water changes to combat that. But lots of water changes means that you're getting rid of all that friendly bacteria in your water column. And if you're getting rid of that friendly bacteria, then nothing recycles the ammonias and nitrates, so your fish will get poisoned even quicker. So just don't overstock your tanks, be sensible, and obviously less fish means you have to do less water changes. If I only had one fish in here, one swordtail, then that'd be very little waste. I might only have to do a water change every month. So it's really up to you. Less fish is better. But if you've got a relatively highly stocked tank, then if you get some aquatic plants that are established and doing really well, aquatic plants will actually absorb quite a lot of nitrates and keep your nitrate levels low. So you don't have to do water changes as regularly, because plants and algae will absorb some nitrates. But don't rely on plants to do the water changes for you. You've still got to do water changes. If you have a huge 220 gallon tank and you've just got a swordtail in it, then you're probably never going to have to do a water change on that, because chances is it'll be stocked very heavily with plants, and all those plants are going to recycle the nitrates that one fish produces. So you'd probably never have to do it in a huge tank with one fish. That's very unrealistic. Most people like to keep lots of fish in the tanks. So just be sensible. Don't stick your tanks too highly. If you want to keep nitrates low without doing regular water changes, put some plants in, but don't rely on them. And just remember, more fish equals more nitrates equals more poison. So you're going to have less healthy fish if you have more fish in there. It's always worth having a good filtration system to colonise some friendly bacteria. That does your tank some good too. Right, so that's all I really had to say about water changes and stocking. So if you thought this vid helped you, and if you liked it, give it a comment, like it and subscribe. Thanks guys, bye.